Vishnu Purana. Prahlāda and Narasimha Incarnation. Parashar said, by the boon of Brahma, Hiranyakashipu had acquired tremendous power and came to control all the three worlds. He had driven the gods out of heaven and used to receive the oblations offered to Surya, Vayu, Agni, Varuna, Chandrama, Kubra, Yamaraj etc. Fearing him, all those gods roamed on earth. All the creatures began to worship Hiranyakashipu. Beautiful and amorous women danced in his palace while Gandharvas accompanied them on instruments. Prahlāda was the youngest son of Hiranyakashipu. Like other children, he too was sent to Gurukula to be educated. One day, his teachers took Prahlāda to Hiranyakashipu, who was engaged in drinking of wine at that moment. Lovingly he took his son into his lap and asked, "O son, tell me what you have learned so far in the auspices of your teachers." Prahlāda said, "O father, I salute to that Sri Hari who has no beginning, no end and no mid-part, who doesn't take birth and who is free from growth and decay." Hearing this, Hiranyakashipu looked at the teachers with bloodshot eyes and shouted at them, "O wretched Brahmins! In sheer violation of my orders, you have taught my son to praise my enemy." The teachers tried to express their apology, saying that what Prahlāda was saying was not taught by them. Hiranyakashipu asked then Prahlāda who had taught him like that. Prahlāda said, "O father, Lord Vishnu who resides in the heart of us all is the supreme creature. Who can teach anybody anything apart from him?" Hiranyakashipu said, "O fool! Who is that Vishnu about whom you are describing before me, the Lord of the entire world?" Prahlāda replied, "Lord Vishnu is he who is contemplated about by the yogis. He is the originator of the entire universe. His virtues cannot be described in words. That Parameshwar is Vishnu." Hiranyakashipu said, "Fool! Who can be Parameshwar other than me? Do you want to die that you are babbling like that?" Prahlāda said, "O father, your anger is baseless. Lord Vishnu is the creator of all of us, including you and me. He controls our breaths." Infuriated, Hiranyakashipu then ordered the teachers to take Prahlāda away at once and wash his brain thoroughly. The teachers took Prahlāda with them to their Gurukula. Prahlāda began to concentrate in his studies. After many months, Hiranyakashipu once again called Prahlāda to his palace and asked about his learning. Once again, Prahlāda began to praise Lord Vishnu. This time, Hiranyakashipu ordered his assassination. He began to see his son as a threat to his throne. By the orders of Hiranyakashipu, many formidable demons attacked Prahlāda with their weapons, but Prahlāda stood unfazed. He said, "O fools! Lord Vishnu is present in you, in me and even in your weapons. May your weapons have no effect on me." Indeed, the weapons of the demons could not even touch Prahlāda. Hiranyakashipu said, "I can still pardon your life provided that you stop praising my opponent." Prahlāda said, "O father, I fear nothing. By the God's grace, I am free from the fear of birth and death." Hiranyakashipu then got Prahlāda thrown amidst venomous snakes. But, biting by the snakes had no effect on Prahlāda, because his mind was contemplating in Lord Vishnu. Hiranyakashipu then got Prahlāda, trampled by big bull elephants. But even elephants could not harm Prahlāda. Instead their tusks were broken as soon as they touched Prahlāda. Even then Prahlāda tried to pacify his father that it was Lord's strength that protected him every time. Prahlāda's teachers, who were the sons of Shukracarya, then assured Hiranyakashipu that Prahlāda was having a fickle mind because of his tender age. They also assured the demon king of transforming Prahlāda and took him to their hermitage once again. But in the hermitage, Prahlāda assembled other demon children and said, "Friends, Listen to my preaching carefully and don't take it for granted because I have no personal interest in it. Every living being takes birth and suffers a lot, while passing his life through childhood, youth and old age. The end result of life is nothing but death. It is one's karma that accompany him birth after birth. But in every birth, this soul mistakes hunger, thirst, cold or hot for the pleasures. More of the luxuries one collects, more the sorrow increases. Attachment and passion are the greatest cause of sorrow. Even after passing a life that is full of a sorrow, one suffers the agony of death and rebirth again. This whole cycle continues again and again. Lord Vishnu is the ultimate refuge for the soul, which feels drowned in the ocean of sorrow. Don't be confused with my young age. I am a boy like you. But the soul that stays within me is eternal. The soul has no distinct stages in life. But a human being is inflicted with lot of misconceptions. In the childhood, he prefers to play than contemplating on God. In the youth, lust and carnal pleasures attract the mind. Still a human being doesn't get serious about his benefit. He keeps on postponing his spiritual matters, for his old age. But in old age, a human being has no option, but to see his trembling fingers and repent about his past. Thus a human being spoils his whole life. A wise person hence must ignore the different stages of his body's stay on earth and make efforts for his benefit right in his childhood. What I have told you is unchangeable fact. Start reciting Lord Vishnu's name for my pleasure at least. His remembrance is enough to destroy all the sins. May your mind always contemplate on him day and night. Thus all your miseries shall come to an end. Attempts to kill Prahlāda. When the demons saw that their all efforts failed to phase Prahlāda and that he was breaching the demon children, they informed Hiranyakashipu about all these happenings. Hiranyakashipu at once called his cook, and ordered him to poison Prahlāda through food. But the poisonous food also could not hurt Prahlāda. In fact, its poison was rendered ineffective by the recitation of Lord's name. This frightened the cook. He informed Hiranyakashipu about that miraculous event. Hiranyakashipu then ordered the priests who were Prahlāda's teachers to invoke the ogress, Kritya, in order to kill Prahlāda. The teachers tried to convince Prahlāda before invoking Kritya. O Prince, you are the son of great Hiranyakashipu, and have taken birth in Brahma's lineage. What have you to do with matters like God and all that? The whole world is dependent on your father. You should also take refuge of your father, and stop praising his opponent. Father is revered and even greater than the teachers. Prahlāda said, O fortunate ones! I know the prowess of my father. I also do not doubt regarding my father's reverence and greatness. I will not commit any crime against him, but kindly listen to me what I mean by the endless God. O teachers! There are 4 attainable goals in one's life. You ask me what have I to do with He, who helps all the human beings, to attain these 4 goals: Dharma, Artha, Karma, and Moksha. You are my teachers. You are free to say anything to me. But within me stays He who is the creator of all, who is the preserver of all, and who is the destroyer of all of us. Kindly forgive me, if I have committed anything wrong in your honor. The teachers said, O foolish boy, we saved you from imminent death thinking that you are our disciple and that you will not balderdash in future. But still you speak nonsense. Listen, if you don't drop your stubbornness we'll have to invoke Kritya, the ogress, in order to get you slain. Unfazed Prahlāda said that life and death were immaterial for the soul, that protects or destroys itself through auspicious and inauspicious deeds. Hence one should always strive to behave in an auspicious way. But Prahlāda's words further enraged his teachers. They invoked the ogress Kritya to get Prahlāda slain. Kritya hit Prahlada's chest hard with her trident. But as soon as the trident touched his chest, it broke into pieces without harming Prahlada. Seeing her attempt failed, Kritya killed the teachers and disappeared. His teachers' death caused immense pain for Prahlada. Mourning for their death, he prayed Lord Vishnu to resurrect them. Hearing his prayers, Lord Vishnu once again granted life to his teachers. The teachers got up as if from a deep slumber. They realized their mistake and blessed Prahlada and resolved never to have hostility against him. Then they went to the palace, and informed Hiranyakashipu about all the happenings. Lord's virtues and protection of Prahlada. Hearing the news of Kritya's failure to kill Prahlada, killing of teachers and their subsequent revival as effected by Prahlada, Hiranyakashipu called his son and asked if all those miracles were natural or he knew some magical tricks. Prahlada said, "O father, neither I know any magic nor is the miracle a part of my nature. All these are ordinary things for he who has eternal God in his heart. No one can harm those who never wish ill for the others. All the living beings are equal for him. In every creature, I see the same Lord Vishnu, who is present within me, hence I never try to harm him or her. I cannot even think of harming anybody. It is this feeling that protects me from every physical, mental or divinely discomfort." But these words failed to please Hiranyakashipu. He ordered his men to throw Prahlada from a very high fort. Even this attempt, however, failed to cause any harm to Prahlada, for the Mother Earth took him in her lap tenderly in the midway. Suspecting some illusionary powers helping Prahlada, Hiranyakashipu ordered Shambharaja to kill him, using his illusionary powers. Shambharaja created many illusions to kill Prahlada. But right then Lord Vishnu sent his Sudarshan chakra to counter those demonic illusions and protect Prahlada. Sudarshan chakra destroyed all the demonic illusions one by one. Then Hiranyakashipu ordered Vayu to dry up Prahlada to death. When Vayu entered Prahlada's body and began to dry him up, the Lord came to stay in his heart where God absorbed all the drying effects of the air, thus rendering it weak. After all those attempts failed, Prahlada returned to his teacher's hermitage, and resumed his education once again. The teachers trained him all the relevant subjects. Then they once again took Prahlada to his father and told him that now his education was over. Hiranyakashipu asked, "O son, how should one behave with the others? Tell me what I've learned so far. I am eager to know your opinions." Prahlada said, "O father, indeed my teachers have taught me in different subjects. I have too learned them with heart. They taught me that diplomatic policies should be applied, in order to train friendship. But excuse me father, I see no friend or no enemy, so in my opinion these policies are totally irrelevant. Tell me, O father, what is the use of means, when there is nobody to be trained? Lord Vishnu is present everywhere. In you, in me and in all other creatures. Hence instead of using, in sinisterly actions, one should use his wits, for good and benefit of all. O fortunate one, everybody longs for the throne and a big kingdom. But only those attain these things who really deserve and have them in their destiny. Even the most inert and imprudent people who are weak and know nothing about the policies get these things because of destiny. Hence all those who wish for splendor must strive to accumulate pious actions. Those who long for salvation must strive to acquire impartial view for all. Such actions pleases God, and when He is pleased all the miseries are attenuated." Hearing these words, Hiranyakashipu kicked Prahlada hard and ordered his demons to tie him in Nagpash and throw into the sea. The demons obeyed their master and threw Prahlada into the sea after tying him in Nagpash. With Prahlada's motion great disturbances occurred in the sea, Seeing that, Hiranyakashipu ordered the demons to cover the sea with huge mountains, so that Prahlāda could not get a passage to escape. When the demons uprooted huge mountains and put them into the sea, Prahlāda began to pray God with concentrated mind. Appearance of Lord. As soon as Prahlāda began to pray the Lord, his nagpash broke and the mountains that the demons had thrown into the sea also lightened up, causing great relief for Prahlāda. Lord Vishnu appeared before him, and said, "O Prahlāda, I am pleased with your devotion. You may seek any boon of your wish." Prahlāda said, "May I always have an unconditional devotion for you. May your remembrance never be away from my heart." God said, "Your devotion for me shall always remain the same. Now, seek anything you wish." Prahlāda said, "O Lord, my father has always cultivated hostility for you because of my devotion. May my father be free from the sin of his action." Lord said, "O Prahlāda, all your wishes shall come true, but still seek any boon of your choice." Prahlāda said, "O Lord, I don't want anything other than devotion for you." Lord said, "O Prahlāda, you have nothing in your mind but devotion for me, so with my grace, you will attain supreme abode." Saying this, the Lord disappeared. Later Hiranyakashipu decided to kill Prahlāda himself. He tied Prahlāda to a pillar and, shouting abusively for God, he hit the pillar. As soon as he hit the pillar, it broke and Lord appeared from it in Narasimha Incarnation. His appearance was extremely formidable with half human and half lion form. Dragging Hiranyakashipu to the threshold, he killed him with his powerful talons. After the killing of his father, Prahlāda took over the throne and ruled his subjects religiously.